I'm going to be like Kerouac. I'm just going to like live off the land and meet new people. So I go and I fly and I meet my female cousin who's like older than me and worldly in this bon vivant. I meet her in London. And I get off the plane and I say, I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know that Piccadilly Circus is where like the punk scene started. So take me there because they probably got drugs. I was right.
Was that the music scene you were in, punk?
Yeah. It's that and like mid-90s hip-hop. Like there was a weird thing that I was lucky and happy to be a part of, but in the mid-90s, like the skateboard culture and graffiti art and hip-hop and punk rock, it all kind of came into one. And, this kind of like baggy pant, Hesher, floss or fresh or hesh, as they used to say, like you're in like, a weird way you were a Hesher, but at the same time you liked gold ropes and
like Faith No More.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like where you'd love to listen to Faith More and also A Tribe Called Quest. It was all like this one cool culture. And so anyway, I was really into that, and I knew from like documentaries that I saw that like in the 70s and like the Sex Pistols and all that, they were in Piccadilly Circus. So I went there and I scored a bunch of ecstasy. I started getting shit-faced with the locals. Shit-faced drunk. And this guy's like, oh, mate, you don't buy some ecstasy. You might save a lot of money. You get 200 pills. You're going to sell some of that? I was like, great idea. I'll get 200 pills and I could sell some too. So I spent practically all the money I had on ecstasy. Ended up just eating like 10 right out the way. Then I started partying again with all these locals that I'm now giving ecstasy to. And they're like, hey, you like blow, right? That's your thing? I said, oh, yeah. The coke scene in London's bunk. We got to go to Paris. I said, fine. Let's hit the channel. Get on a train. I've been in London. Like I landed. I have no place to stay. I've been there for like 10 hours. So now I'm on a train to Paris. Get to Paris. We find these guys. They got a ton of coke. And like the coke scene did seem to be popping. I taught these Parisians how to cook crack. What an amazing UN type of
You're an ambassador
that I am. I taught these Frenchmen how to cook crack, and we smoke crack, and then we go to this club. And
but you made it out of the coke? You taught them, or you taught them?
Yeah. I was like, you guys got baking soda? And they're like, no, we can go to this store, we find the baking soda, and we got a little baking soda, and I cooked it up right there. We made a little tinfoil pipe. It was amazing.
It seems like turning something good into something shitty. I mean, both shitty,
it is.
Judgmentally wise, but I'm just saying.
A lot of people have rushed to judgment about crack because it's known as like a ghetto drug,
right?
But all it is a way to make your coke last longer. It's more bang for your.
I should check my privilege.
It's more bang for your buck, and it makes it more potent right off the gate, and you could make an 8-ball last a little longer. That's all it's baking soda and coke, and you crystallize it by cooking it, with the little water. Anyway, so I cook crack, and then I start getting really, because I haven't slept, and the time zone change, and I'm smoking water, and I've already eaten like 5 pills of ecstasy, and now I'm smoking crack, and I'm drinking like crazy. So then I stop remembering stuff when I get to Paris. I wake up, Lord knows when after that, I wake up not in a hotel room, in a hotel hallway, completely naked except for a pair of boxers, which I have filled with shit.
Oh, no.
Okay, so now let me recount. I don't speak the language. I have no idea where I am. I have no passport or money or wallet or anything. And I have shitty pants.
So what'd you do?
So I'm trying to piece together.
And were you on your back or your stomach?
I woke up on my stomach.
Okay.
So I woke up and drool on the ground, the whole thing. So I try to piece the night before together. I'm just in that hallway. And I'm like, did I put my clothes somewhere? Did I check in somewhere? And so I'm like, I got to make it out of this hotel because I don't think I stay here. Mm-hmm. So I go to the lobby and I'm like, maybe I'll find someone in the lobby that I could talk to. But remember,
you're naked.
I'm in boxers with shit in them. So I go to, I'm like, bong! I'm like, please don't let there be people in this elevator. Sure enough, it's covered with tourists. I was like, I'll wait for the next one. Bong! And then, just one couple. I was like, okay, I'll get in on this one with my back to the wall so they don't see my shitty pants.
Or smell.
Yeah. It was kind of dried out at that point.
Okay.
So I'm sure I stunk. So I get down to the lobby and I'm looking around. I'm like, no, this isn't. And I walk out. I'm like, I just sprint to outdoors. Mm. And the sun rocks me like I got shot by a sniper. I'm like, ah! the sun. And then so I go and I sit on a park bench and I'm like, this is okay. Something's starting to come back to me. And I remember putting fountain water on my face. I'm so lucky I didn't go to jail. And so I started piecing together. I was like, wait a second, that place, and it was a hostel. I go in, I walk in. Right as I walk in, the guy's like, and like, oh, we know you.
Oh, good.
And I was like, okay, help me out here. So he's like, yeah, you checked in last night, late, like 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. And I said, okay, I don't have any keys or anything. He's like, okay, you're on room, blah, blah, blah. He gives me another key, and I walk up to the second floor, and I get to the room I'm supposedly staying in, and the door's ajar. So it's like there's like a deadbolt, and the door's laying on it, but it's open. Mm-hmm. I'm like, uh-oh. There could be anything on the other side of this. So I push it like slowly, and I opens, and there's a bunch of they were wine glasses, but they were plastic, so they were like made to look like real wine glasses, but they were cheap from like a store. And there's like 30 of them, some empty, some full, some half drank, some with a bunch of lipstick on them. So like there was chicks in this room, which is half the size of the room we're in right now. It was a little hostel room. And cigarette butts everywhere, and my clothes, luggage, passport, money, everything perfectly folded and on my bed.
Did you do that?
I don't know. But there's a bunch of tinfoil too. We had been smoking rock. So at some point I'm partying with a lot of people, some of them chicks, and I said, guys, we got to go somewhere else. But first let me take off my pants. Let me take off all my clothes, and we're going to go somewhere else, and I'm going to shit. And that's all I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in Paris after that?
Like 2 days.
And you never found out anymore what happened?
No. I never saw the people I partied with.
Wow.
I went to another club, and then I took a train back to France and got in a fist fight with a French funk band named Bougia.
The whole band?
Yeah! It was like a Jason Statham movie. I was running between cars, like throwing shit at them. It was nuts.
What happened?
I got the shit kicked out of me.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's time to do Just Me or Everyone.
Sweet.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. Christina says, just me or everyone, get irritated when people say I could care less when they really mean to say I couldn't care less.
Right.
That one doesn't really bother me. What about you?
Doesn't bother me that much. I understand how she could be bugged by that because it is incorrect. Irregardless.
Irregardless. That one
me.
bugs me.
Irregardless really bugs me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Gary?
I'm with you guys. I see her point for sure, but not a big deal to me. But irregardless bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah. Sweet.
You know what one I always notice?
Actually, I guess, hold on. It bugs me more when I see it written than when I heard it said.
What about this one? When you see then, THEN written, but the person means than,
Sure.
or vice versa.
Sure.
I can't. That used to bug me more, but now I realize like people can't even get your correct.
Yeah.
Like people now that we live in a world where you see people's written word much more than you talk to them. I realize that people's spelling and understanding of the language is so fucked.
Yes.
Like I'll let than and then slide because
because there's bigger fish to fry. Scott Hatherley says, just me or everyone, I have trouble manipulating the multiple roll toilet paper dispenser in public bathrooms and can never get a long enough piece. I feel like they're designed to prevent the long piece.
I think they are.
Yeah, well, I think they're also designed. Almost all of them have the world's shittiest toilet paper too.
Yes, the single ply.
You pull like just a little bit and it breaks. So yeah, it's a disaster. It's a recipe for disaster.
Now, do you guys always reach in to make sure there's toilet paper before you go? I feel like that was a hard one lesson. No, you should.
I do it. I even make that mistake at my house where I'll be like halfway through the shit and I'll look over and be like, oh, no toilet paper.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
But at your house, at least you can just waddle over to the... Oh, you mean you'll have no toilet paper in the house?
Oh, no, just no toilet paper on the roll. I'm going to have to yell to my wife.
Do you guys go to the bathroom with the door open?
No, fuck no. I do, but she yells at me. But it's been very recent that she'll even acknowledge that she's going to the bathroom when I'm home. Like she used to like pretend, and I'll never forget we went on a vacation once to Aspen when we were like a year into dating. And she had to like make up different excuses to go to the lobby because she didn't even want to shit in the same hotel room.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so now she's, were you there you must have been there for the birth.
It was a home birth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy
What
hippie
was that
stuff.
like?
It was intense. It was very intense. It was incredibly draining for me, so I can't even imagine what it must have been like for my wife. I mean, it was that.
Probably worse.
Yeah, 26 hours of me like massaging her and being, and she's just moaning in terrible pain, no drugs.
You had a midwife?
Mm-hmm. Midwife and a doula, yeah.
How come she wanted to do it at home?
She's very into that kind of natural idea. I mean, she's like a full-fledged hippie. Mm-hmm. And so she thought that if there's a way that I could pull this off without any drugs, I'm going to do it. And if so be it, then you could take me to the hospital. But I'm going to at least give this a shot. And
how was it for her?
It was bad. The first like 24 hours was okay. Like we were talking. The last hour, she went into crazy person land. I mean, it was that much of pain. And like I wasn't looking at the same person. She was speaking in tongues and shit.
Does she regret it at all?
No. Not yet.
So if she were to do it again, she would do it the same way?
She said, I can't answer that now because it's so soon. Mm-hmm. And she's just barely getting over the vaginal pain. So think about it, like...
The tearing?
Yeah.
Did they do an episiotomy?
No, they didn't, luckily. But still, just the pain in that area is just now getting better. So she's like, let me sit on it and pardon the pun. and I'll get back to you on that. But she doesn't regret it, no.
So were you down there seeing all the everything?
Yeah.
How is that?
It was pretty intense. I'm glad I did. A lot of guys are like, no, you'll never look at your wife's vagina the same. I didn't get that feeling. But there's so much. I was so shocked about how little I understood about female anatomy, but you learn it in a crazy fashion when you see like a big ass placenta shoot out and like that much of the baby's head. I mean, like I'm looking at a human being, a living, breathing human being, but half of it's inside my wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's
pretty
weird.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. Laurel Crisafulli says, just me or everyone, tuck my cell phone into my bra to carry it when I have no pockets.
Sure, absolutely.
No, I don't do that. I feel like it would fall out. I will stick it in my armpit though sometimes if I need to.
Lynette does that. I'll stick it in like if I'm wearing like board shorts or something that don't have enough pockets, I'll stick it in the waistband of that.
Wait, Lynette does the armpit or the bra?
The bra.
I just carry it. If I'm wearing like gym shorts or board shorts, I just make sure I keep it in my hand.
Yeah. Christine B says, try to match my typing rhythm to the music I am listening to at work. No.
That's only you.
No.
I hardly ever listen to music while I'm doing anything that requires thought anymore because I just don't have the attention span.
If I do, I'm very much with you, Alice. If I listen to music and I'm working, it's something that doesn't have a rhythm or vocals. I'll listen to classical or like some of my wife's hippie meditation music, like chimes and shit.
So she's full on hippie.
Yeah, she's a weird mixture in that she had a communist immigrant parents from the former Czechoslovakia that like escaped communist persecution, and very hard, very stern, very meat eating. Like her dad, who's passed away, I didn't get a chance to meet him. He would eat bacon for dessert. I mean, he was that. So she has that in her, and she definitely loves to, like, she went hunting growing up and all that. Wow. But at the same time, she's also kind of like this weird SoCal hippie. Mm-hmm. But she's into it, that whole kind of free love lifestyle.
Did she have any trouble getting pregnant?
No.
Opposite?
I have very Mexican sperm.
Oh.
It's like, sure.
Abe Lopez says, have to stop eating while waiter is refilling my drink. Feels rude to keep scarfing while they pour. Oh, yeah. And you also have to stop talking, I find. I mean, you don't have to, but I just
really
tend to.
Depends on the restaurant.
Yeah,
I hate to be a snob.
No, it's okay.
But if it's like a kind of a fast foodie place, but it also has tables, and someone comes over and I'll be like, thanks. But if it's a restaurant, I'm like, I will stop.
Yeah.